Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using code Hawkeye and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, and the best daily promotions in the business. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matters more than ever. Remember to use code Hawkeye and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Place your money line, prop, or parlay bets with the king of sportsbooks today. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Iowa only. New customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hashtag no music, no intro. You know, I felt confident. I'm recording. We're recording this podcast. People were hitting Ryan and I up all day. They wanted the TAYSOM emergency podcast. Like, we can't even enjoy our little vacation without the Saints ruining it. And I thought, you know, for the first time in my life, I'm going to be in a hotel room recording content that is wholesome. And then we had to go get Eric, who dat homo, a stalwart of hashtag Saints Twitter on the pod, because if we're going to have a conversation about Taysom Hill starting on Sunday, we got to get the number one Taysom lover on the pod. Eric, what's good, my dude?
What's up, man?
How's
it going?
We living life the best we can, man.
Yeah.
So I just want to know, how insane were your mentions this morning?
Bro, so I rolled over in bed like 9:30 this morning, right? And I had like my whole notification screen was nothing but Twitter notifications. And then I had like Snapchats in unison from a couple of people off of Twitter. So I'm like, what the fuck is happening, right? So I checked my Snapchat and it's Ray. Now, I don't know if y'all know him on Twitter or not, but he's like, dude, you need to get your ass online. Go check the news. And I'm like, man, what the fuck done happened? Like Trump done some stupid shit or something. Like, you know. And so I logged in and there it is, man. Taysom Hill, QB1. You ready for it?
I mean, we should be asking you, like, are you ready for it?
It's like I said, man, I might be run off Twitter come Sunday. We'll see, but fuck, man, I don't know. I was shocked, to be honest. I especially thought it was going to be Jameis, but
man, we recorded a whole damn preview podcast, just like basically saying Jameis will be the starter. Like, we spent the whole damn podcast, analyzing Jameis Winston.
You think?
The Falcons spent all week, all week is like, hey, this is Jameis Winston. Let's study every play from the past 2 weeks. I mean, two years.
And so now, like, what do the Falcons have to go on? Like, Taysom's preseason game against the Chargers where he looked good.
Preseason snaps.
Oh, they going to BYU footage? Like, Sean?
Hey, man,
Sean's a whole ass dick, bro.
he gave him the turkey and the fucking dressing last Thanksgiving, though. I mean,
he sure did.
So
he sure did.
But he did. But I think it's just completely different. What he was asked to do that game compared to like doing it from the quarterback position. Like, oh man, I'm fascinated by it. I think it's probably the most curious, fun, exciting game, that the Saints have had in a really long time, just in terms of we not knowing what to expect.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, right? We're coming into this with absolutely no expectations as to how this is about to go, right?
None whatsoever.
None. Like it's like people are so excited about the game now or interested. Like Darth Saint Max hit me up. He was like, "Yo, I got tickets. Like I got to see it. Like I got to see it in person." I was like, "Damn! Like for real?" That's the buzz. So, how do you feel in terms of just walk me through when because there's been games that Taysom has had this season that have not been that great. The fumble against Green Bay, what blah 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 blah. And I know that your mentions when that happens are also in just shambles.
Man, I'm telling you, people be cussing me out. Like, go get your man. I'm like, look, ain't my damn fault. But yeah, man, I mean, it's a concern, the fumbles, but it's like you don't know which way it's going to go, right? I mean, he gets a couple of snaps a game and probably rarely gets any snaps with the starters in practice. So I think, we haven't seen any sustained drives. I think we saw a couple. He kind of drove all the way down the field in the Buccaneers game. And we saw it last year in the Vikings playoff game where he pretty much carried that whole damn game himself.
On his back. Back.
So it could go one of two ways, right? I mean, we could end up with 3-4 touchdowns, 200 some yards, or you end up with 1 touchdown, 3 fumbles.
Neither would shock me at all.
No.
Like neither outcome would shock me. And that's what's so crazy about this matchup is like I'm ready for anything, man. It's like he could really have a game that really just blows up, and it's like everybody's talking about Taysom Hill, the new quarterback changing the game, or it could be like everybody just pointing and laughing at Sean Payton, like, you said this man was Steve Young?
But I will just say, not that it will bother me, but Twitter will be insufferable if it's the latter.
Oh, man.
It will be insufferable.
The thing that's crazy to me is the response that this man elicits out of national media and people on Twitter.
It's unreal. Like it's unreal. I don't understand it.
It's automatically assumed, oh, he's ass as a quarterback, or he can't compete on the national level. And it's like, you have just as much evidence of that as you do that he'd be a great quarterback at this point, right? I mean, we've seen him run his little gimmick plays with Sean, and he's had a couple of passes here and there, but we don't know one way or the other what he's going to look like when you have him out there for a whole drive or for a whole game or a whole quarter even, so it's like.
And it's like all week I've seen, so Sean Payton's going to start Jameis Winston. What about the guy he's playing $21 million?
Exactly.
And now that he's starting, they're like, Sean Payton's going to play Taysom? He hasn't even thrown the ball 40 times.
Keep it fucking consistent.
I think a lot of people's issue, and this isn't speaking on the media, but this is mostly like Twitter people. I think most of those people play fantasy, right? So it's like he hits the field and you're taking the ball away from a player that's probably on somebody's fantasy team, or somebody's got Breeze or whatever it may be. But I don't know, man. It's just the craziest thing. And the reaction to him and then the reaction to his contract. Like, I think Ryan was talking about it the other day. It's like, why are they pocket watching him so bad? I mean, we've had players sit on the bench for $10 million.
Junior Gillette, I think we're still paying for Jarius Bird's contract.
Bird.
Seriously, and this is actually a player that provides value to the team on multiple positions. And I mean, obviously, look, it's like Sean Payton. You could judge him about shit, but when it comes to offensive players, I just trust him. Okay, whatever. Like Sean Payton, feel like he's valuable. I trust you, bro.
I think he's shown it, right? Like if we go back to three years ago, he made plays in games where he's blocking a punt or just changing the whole complexity of the game. Like that, those are valuable plays that help NFL team win football games. So I don't. It's insane. the outcry and outrage that people get in regards to one player. Like, I don't know why he drives people so crazy. And maybe it could. I think some of it too is, you know, Sean has been hyping him up to, you know, announcer teams for 3-4 years now, and they convey the message. And I don't know if the media just becomes snarky about it, but it's eye rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? Who was it? Nick Easton that we signed last year from the Vikings, and he sat on the bench the whole year, and we paid him what?
A lot.
Yeah, I mean, so that response I never really understood. Like, the dude's all over the field. I mean, he blocks punts, he catches touchdowns, he throws touchdowns, he runs touchdowns. I don't know what else you could ask from a player. What's going to be interesting to see is, you know, if he is at the quarterback position the whole game, who is going to fill those holes that he's not going to be playing?
That's a great question. And you bring in, I mean, I didn't look at the injury report today. I don't know if Josh Hill is still dealing with the concussion or what have you.
I think he's out.
Yeah. So if he's out, I mean, that responsibility in theory would fall on the rookie Adam Troutman, like in terms of the
Big
snaps.
Trout.
The snaps that he's, you know, that I'm guessing Sean's going to try to replicate from Taysom's position will come from Troutman. I mean, they're going to try. And I think it's going to be super fascinating to see. And I was talking about this to Ryan before you got on, we started recording, is that I expect, and I don't know if it's going to go down like this, but I would not be shocked to see a lot of Greg Roman influences. You know, Greg Roman was with Kaepernick in San Francisco. Greg Roman's currently with the Ravens, with Lamar. I think offensively, the Saints offense in theory may look a lot similar to what those teams have run with Taysom at the quarterback position.
So what do y'all think we're going to see? What's your prediction?
I was telling Adam, I'm like, if they run the ball 34 to 35 times, it wouldn't shock me at all. Like between Taysom, Murray, and AK, like just, you know, run the ball, especially if the defense is playing how, you know, they've been the past couple of weeks. If they keep it tight, I could see it just be like something we haven't seen before, like just, well, I guess you could say kind of like the Ravens, the way they run the ball with passes here and there. I mean, they're going to throw at some point, but it's just going to be interesting to see like who is Taysom's go-to. I mean, I would assume it's AK, you know. I don't know.
We've seen a couple of throws from him to Mike, you know, over the last couple of years down the field. What was it? The Vikings game, he tossed one down to him. Granted, it was a little short, I think, but he caught it.
If we're going, I mean, the other Vikings game, so that was the Minnesota Miracles Viking, or no, that was the regular season Viking game. But the playoff game that they lost last season to the Vikings, he threw a great pass to Deontay Harris. So, I mean.
And the toe touch pass to Mike, that was in the Falcons game, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
So and I was telling Ryan, the most that we've seen from Taysom at the quarterback position, and he looked like a dang good functional NFL quarterback. And again, it was preseason, but he played like a half or second half against the Chargers 2 years ago, I want to say it was. And I left that game thinking like, oh shit, like Taysom got some tools, like he can throw, and he, you know, so I think if Sean wants to see what they have in Taysom, it's not lost on me that I think the Falcons are a great team to try to see what you have in Taysom. I mean, that's not a shot to them, but you know, their defense isn't the greatest. Like, might as well put him out there and see what he can do.
I want to say that Chargers game, I think that was that preseason game, but I remember watching and thinking, damn, somebody's been watching Drew's footwork, you know, because he was navigating the pocket really well. And that's it, you know, if you wouldn't have been paying attention, I would have thought it was Drew.
Yeah, I remember I texted Adam during that game, I remember. And then it came out that he had been working with Tom House.
Yep.
Yeah, just working on throwing, you know, mechanics, all that stuff. Like, so, I mean, we'll see if he's continued that, you know, that study. But, like, that's huge. Like, if he could just get just a little better with passing and then get into a rhythm along with his running ability, man. Like he doesn't he doesn't have to be like the greatest running quarterback of all time, but like just be good and pop off some plays, man. Like it could be like we've seen nothing like it as a Saint. Like as a Saints fan, we've seen nothing like it from our team.
I mean, there are some concerns, right? I mean, because
Yeah.
there's the several times that we've got to see him like stand back in the pocket. You know, he's made some mistakes. He's missed some reads. He's taken some sacks.
Yep.
Missed some wide open receivers and ran the ball instead. But
Yep.
I think you don't really get the experience for those types of things when you're only getting put in for 1 or 2 plays in a game.
Yeah, he's had all week, you know, they've practiced all week. I'm sure Sean Payton has some specific plays in mind. So, I mean, man.
It's going to be interesting one way or the other.
And I know like from a defensive coach perspective, which Raheem Morris is, like he's chomping at the bit. Like he's thinking like I'm about to throw everything in the kitchen sink at Taysom to see how he responds to it. Like so,
yeah.
And I think another good point I made to Ryan is that if the Saints are steadfast on keeping 51 in the game, which for whatever reason,
was it 71?
No, I'm talking about 51.
Okay.
And Ruiz at right guard. There isn't a better player to evade potential immediate pressure than Taysom. It's just so I just think the point is when you have, you know, we've seen Ruiz struggle completely, and having Taysom in to maybe get away from that immediate pressure is going to come in handy if he doesn't improve at the right guard position really soon.
Well, you know, I hadn't really watched many Atlanta games this season, so I don't know what their defensive line's looking like this year.
It's not very. It's Grady Jarrett. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. Grady Jarrett. Like, watch out for Grady Jarrett. Other than that, there's not much to it. I think they're going to blitz.
Yes.
They're going to blitz, try to do some disguise blitzes and coverages. You know, half man, half zone. You know, some zone blitzes and stuff like that. So, Raheem Morris, he going to bring the heat, man. I know he's going to bring the heat.
It's coming, bruh.
He coming, but it's like, it was the genius move about it is like we've seen it so many times. Like when you put somebody new on the field, it's like, you know, you kind of get that artificial bubble of, you know, they just don't know what to plan for. So, you know, Taysom is going to have a chance to make some plays, at least early in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they're just, you know, second half or whatever, things could get tough, but they're going to have opportunities early to just do some things that obviously they just can't prepare for because they haven't seen it, you know?
Right. It's going to be an interesting game to watch. That's for damn sure. I think all of us are going into this very curious to see what the offense is going to look like under him.
Yeah.
And I think Sean has been waiting a while to pop out some special sauce out the play.
He is going to be ready.
Like I think one of my
he can't
favorite
wait.
No, he can't. I mean, one of my favorite plays from this year is when Drew passed it off to Taysom and Taysom tossed it down the field. I don't even remember what game that was.
It was the Bucs game.
It was the first one?
Yeah, it was the Bucs game.
Yep. I was really surprised though to read, you know, when they said, I don't remember which reporter was talking about it, but they said that, you know, Jameis Winston won't be playing any offensive packages. It's like, that don't sound very much like Sean.
I mean, it came from Baby Boo Diana Rossini, so I don't know. you usually when she's reporting it, I'm just saying she knows.
Yeah, it's true.
Fair.
I think it's just, you know, like he's trying to keep his other quarterback, you know, protected, you know, because he doesn't know what he's going to see Sunday. Like if Taysom's a complete dumpster fire, I mean, then you're probably gonna be going to Jameson, but then it's gonna, man, then you're looking real crazy. You just switch quarterbacks, it's like, oh shit.
Plus, I'm gonna get pitchforked and torched out of Twitter. That fucking happened.
They about to make you Freddy Krueger if it tastes something.
The artist formerly known as Who That Homo.
Just deactivate your account. Just it's gonna be whoo.
Man, where are you from, bro?
Me?
Yeah.
Mississippi.
Oh, you're from Mississippi.
Yep.
All right. I don't know why I thought you was from Louisiana.
No,
But you're living on the West Coast, right?
Yeah. I'm out in the Bay Area now.
One of the most expensive fucking cities in the fucking U.S.
Well, how you go from Mississippi to fucking the Bay Area?
The Bay?
Fucking culture shock. Jesus.
Man, that is not a fucking lie at all. Going from small town,
yeah, man,
little bitty Mississippi.
Yeah.
Like I'm from Macomb. And so it's like what 10-15 minutes from the Louisiana border. But down there, man, I mean, it's just your shit kicking, whatever, cows, one red light kind of thing, no Uber. And then you get out here and it's like public transit, people everywhere, always some kind of something going on.
Yeah.
And then it's just not all, I like to call them spittoon Twitter, but it's not all those people, if that makes any sense.
I get it.
And I mean, I can relate. It wasn't like for me going from Texas to Southern California. I mean, I'm from Lubbock, and that's a college town. Like that's where Texas Tech is. So it's a small city, but it kind of has like a bigger than small city feel to it. But just moving across the country and being in Southern California, like it's drastically different. Drastically different.
Yeah, I mean, it took me a while to get used to it, right? I mean,
how long have you been in San Francisco though?
2 years.
Oh, so you're brand new.
Yeah. I came out here for law school.
No, okay. Yeah, I've been in Cali going on 13 and a half years now. So it's been a while.
Nice. Yeah, no, man. It's
no.
Not a fan?
I'm not a fan of the cost of living.
Oh, I understand that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, especially now since we're all locked in our houses anyway. So it's like,
it's like,
what you paying for?
What am I getting out of this right now?
Like I can't even go in. Like the one perk about that I've experienced living in a place like California, like the Los Angeles area, is that there are just so many things I've done in life that I never would have in Texas. Like not even close, right? Like
right.
But shit, everything's fucking shut down now. Like I could be sitting at home, like in Texas, not paying like this expensive ass fucking rent. Like it's a mess. It's a mess.
Right. Like now we got a curfew out here for a month.
They sure did. Gavin implemented that shit. What, yesterday? 2 days ago?
Yeah, it was yesterday, I think. Because can't nobody act right.
Well, I'm glad we got you on. We had to get the TAYSOM expert on the emergency podcast for TAYSOM.
Hey, let's slow down now.
Uh-oh.
Man, hold that fort down, bro. Don't let them push you off that fort, man. You stand on that motherfucker.
Hold the door, Eric.
Oh, come on, man. Too soon. Too soon. I will die on this TAYSOM hill, right?
Hold the door.
Hold the door.
No, man, we appreciate you coming on, man.
Of course, man.
People were on our fucking necks wanting us to say something, but I said, you know what? If we're gonna say something, we're not gonna say it on our own. We got to get Eric on here. So we appreciate you coming on, man.
For sure. Thanks for having me.
And we'll see what fucking happens on Sunday, man.
For real. Don't turn around and try to cuss me out now. If we come out looking like ass Sunday, ain't my damn fault.
I'll be in your DMs, Eric. I'll be like, yo, What is going on? No,
I can't wait to post that Homer fading into the bushes.
Got it ready. Also, can we just really quickly, can we talk about your collection of inappropriate memes that,
Oh man.
like, can we just have a brief conversation?
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
I mean, every day I gotta be like, should I block this motherfucker?
Come on now. You speaking for probably all the Saints Twitter when you say that.
It's the Wesley Snipes gun pointed at Eric, just like, oh.
I hate it had to be you, man.
I needed it to be you.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Co tells me about 20 times a week that he's gonna block me.
For a good reason, I'm sure.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, man.
Wholesome follow.
Oh, okay. All right. Now we're just lying on the podcast. Good to know. So we're gonna get out of here. We'll see what happens on Sunday. Thanks again, Eric, for coming on and joining us and talking Taysom and just having some laughs. Everyone have a good weekend. Stay safe. With that, we're out.
Peace.
Later.
Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using code Hawkeye and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, and the best daily promotions in the business. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matters more than ever. Remember to use code Hawkeye and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Place your money line, prop, or parlay bets with the king of sportsbooks today. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Iowa only. New customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.